Today marks 77 years since an incredible moment in world history. It was on this date that Japan's emperor surrendered aboard the USS Missouri, marking the end of World War II. The 77th anniversary was marked today with a wreath-laying ceremony at the World War II Memorial in Washington. In tonight's Those Who Serve, we have a look at the Arizona connection to that brutal war and a gesture of hope and healing. The death machine of war. It has no conscience, no heart, just a never-ending thirst for blood and victory. World War II is considered the deadliest war ever. The Battle of the Pacific was especially brutal, claiming the lives of some 2 million American and Japanese soldiers, sailors, and pilots. It's approximately 5,900 miles between Japan and Arizona, so how is this house in Chandler possibly connected? And not just connected, but how did a gesture of peace and goodwill and healing originate here?
He never talked about the war with us.
Bill Califf Jr. runs a computer software company and never really knew about his father's service in World War II.
He never mentioned anything about it. We've asked him over and over again. He never said anything about it whatsoever.
But shortly after his death. So, when your dad passed and you're going through his things, suddenly you find a flag.
Yes. I found the flag that you see here, and I found another flag that had Japanese writing all over it.
What did it mean, and who had signed it? At that point, Bill went to work on the internet and discovered the flag's deep and important symbolism. The Yoshigaki Hinamaru, a flag carried by every Japanese soldier, signed by everyone in their life, a symbol of good luck and a safe return home.
Well, inspiration is my own family experience.
Keiko Zeke and her husband Rex founded the Oban Society, which returns war souvenirs like these flags to their rightful owners in Japan, including Keiko, whose own grandfather died on a battlefield in the Philippines.
So what we believe the time when we receive a flag belong to that person. We believe that person himself, for me, is a grandfather himself. He's the one, spiritually, he came back home.
They tell you that they can feel when they first touch the flag, they can feel the weight of the person's spirit in it. They will hold it up and smell it like they're smelling that person.
While Bill was mulling over the question of what to do with his father's flag, he came across an article on the Oban Society and sent them the flag.
So I didn't hear from them for over a year and a half. It took that long. And when they sent me an email back, they said, we have found the brother of the soldier that passed away that this flag was for.
At that point, an Oban Society employee in Japan traveled 3 hours by train to connect Bill with the family that he had finally brought closure to. It's the first time that a flag recipient had ever connected via Zoom with an American donor.
And he said, just simply, thank you so much.
From my heart to yours. Very good. You're welcome.
The person in Japan that I was talking to had never seen a computer before. But eventually he had the biggest smile on his face that I'd ever seen on somebody from Japan before.
The idea that you can bring back to a family a missing family member, somebody's father, somebody's grandfather, somebody's brother or sister, to bring them back to the family, somebody who's been missing for 80 years, what could be more important or fulfilling than that?
A simple piece of cloth, a bridge of peace between two nations once torn apart by war, now healing one flag at a time.
Mark, how does the Oban Society find the family this many years later?
I mean, think about how many people live in Japan and how vast that country is. But it turns out that the writing on those flags were very unique to every family and every village. And a lot of times, these families stay in the same village and oftentimes in the same house for generation after generation. And because the writing is so unique to a particular village, they're able to track it down by that writing.
Now, you heard her talk about how significant how significant the flag is. What does this mean for these families? I mean, this really it's life-changing.
Well, you heard Keiko talking about the fact that they believe in the Japanese culture that it's not just returning the material, the cloth flag, it's returning that family member who carried that flag into battle and wore it against their skin as a gift, and now it's being returned to them. So their grandfather, their uncle, their brother is finally back at home.
Wow, the greatest gift.
It really is.
Yeah, wow, it's a fascinating story.
And don't forget that there are many ways that you can help support the courage, dedication, and sacrifice of those in our armed forces. We love sharing their stories and the pictures of the veterans who are closest to you. To submit your Those Who Serve stories and pictures for a chance to be featured, go to 12news.com/thosewhoserve.